What's good, my YouTube family? Alex here, back again with another video. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. As you guys can see by the title, today I'm gonna be talking about my experience not having social media for the past 6 months. Now I'm talking no Instagram, no Twitter, no Snapchat, no Facebook. What else is there? TikTok, Tumblr. Y'all probably don't use Tumblr, but I'm just talking about no nothing. If you guys go back on my channel, I actually have a video similar to this. I think I went 3 months with no social media on that video, but my life is totally different now, bro, compared to my life in that video. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and make it seem like I have had an amazing experience being away from social media, but it's definitely been a blessing that I've been away from social media. I guess before I tell y'all my experience, the reason why I got away from social media in the first place was I kind of felt like I had trapped myself into a character or having a certain image that wasn't all the way me. It was me, but at the time I was just very angry at life itself, and just had a lot of hate in my heart. But I would come on here spreading these messages like I'm just some positive dude, which I was, but you know, at the time that's not really how I felt internally. But I would come on here acting like I'm just this positive dude. I'm working so hard to better myself. I'm just trying so hard to be the best person in the world I can be, when in reality I'm really not doing anything. That sounds terrible to say, but I'm really not practicing what I'm preaching. Long story short, I'm saying spread love, positivity, blah 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 blah, but in my own household I'm not really doing those things myself. Social media can be a good way to stroke your ego. It's real easy to kind of feel validation from taking pictures and getting a good amount of likes, or people praising you for doing good because you look like you're doing good, but behind the scenes things can be totally different from how they seem to appear. And you kind of start to get addicted to that. You want that feeling on a regular basis. You want to keep hearing people say, yo, you're doing so good, or yo, this was a fire picture you took. And it's like my life really wasn't how it was portrayed on Instagram. And I think that's how it is for a lot of people. I think that probably majority of people on social media act like their life is just the best thing in the world, or they have all these experiences taking place, when in reality they could be living a whole nother life, or they can be a totally different person from who they portray to be on social media. And I kind of feel like I was starting to become that person. I was also very depressed at the time as well. That's when I had first moved back to Sacramento, and I just had a lot of stuff going on in my life as well. So many transitions, so many moves that were getting ready to be made in 2021, that it was just a lot for me to kind of deal with. So I wanted to detach from that reality, and that turned out to work out pretty well for me, I would say. I think I had to get used to being alone again, being in a, I can't really say new city because I'm from here, but it's been so long that since I've been back, it kind of feels like you're in a new city. Majority of the people that I'm cool with are back down south in Southern California, not so much Northern California. So I had to kind of get used to just being by myself all over again, and kind of just trying to focus on myself and finding my identity, because at the time I was just a lost individual. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, it's been 6 months now, and I would be lying if I said I still didn't feel like a lost individual, but at least I can say I'm making progress now. It was something I need to do. I had to detach myself from the materialistic things. I had to detach myself from people, females throwing thirst traps on their IG all the time. I had a fiance at the time too, so I was like, I'm not really trying to see that, if that makes sense. There was just a lot of things going on behind closed doors that I'm just not ready to really talk about on a deeper level just yet. It was just a lot, man. I feel like that app was just kind of made to destroy you if you don't use it correctly. And so I had to step away. Looking back on it for these past 6 months, you know, it's been a good time for me to grow, rock with myself on a deeper level, kind of really find out too who really rocks with you and who really doesn't. Because it's easy to talk to somebody every single day on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat, but let yourself fall off the face of the earth, or take a L real quick and see who's rocking with you when you're down. If I'm keeping it a buck, not too many people was rocking with me when I was down. And I'm okay with that. I don't hold that against people. I understand people got their own life that they got to live as well. It's just real interesting to see like who's rocking with you and who's not. I felt good detaching away from social media. I'll probably come back one of these days, but I definitely need to be in a place where I have my own stuff together, and I'm mentally strong enough to not let some of the distractions on social media interfere with my regular personal life. But I've enjoyed this experiment. It's given me more time just to be to myself, be outside with nature, exercise a lot more, read a lot more. I probably wouldn't be on semen retention or be able to control my urges or my sexual desires as much if I was on social media, just seeing all these IG models, people shooting their shots, sliding in DMs, blah, 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 blah. I probably wouldn't be able to be successful with that if I had those distractions. So there's a lot of pros that comes with it. Some cons, I would say, just really is that you can feel alone a lot of the time. You can kind of feel like your life's not changing as fast as you want it to be. I think a lot of people get the misconception that if you get off of social media, your life is just going to improve. But at the end of the day, it still comes down to what are you putting your energy into? What's the new focus for you? Yeah, you might not be on Instagram or Twitter now, but you might be on Netflix for an extra 2 hours now, or you might be watching TV shows all day. Things can go plenty of different ways. I would say that I can still improve on my no social media story a lot. There's still a lot of things that I need to improve on myself. And I probably won't come back to social media for that reason until I have my own life in order the way it needs to be. But I would recommend at least everybody try to do it. If you can only do a month, try to do a month. If you can only do a week, try to do a week. If you can only do a couple hours or a day, try to do that. Just kind of get used to being in the present more. Get used to trying to be by yourself a little bit more. Get used to being outside a little bit more. Get used to reading a book a little bit more. Get used to talking to your mom and dad or your significant other or whoever the case may be. Get used to living real life again rather than getting caught up on having to show everything on Instagram or Snapchat or trying to flex your every move or not really living in the present or in the moment the way you need to. That's been probably the biggest thing I've learned, is just kind of learning to live in the present, live in the moment, whether it's good or bad. And you don't need to show your wins on social media all the time to get that gratification. You can take your wins in silence, just like you can take your L's in silence as well. And that's been the main thing I've learned. So that's pretty much all I have for this video. I kind of just wanted to talk about my experience real quick and let y'all know that y'all can do the same thing as well. If you guys have attempted to get off of social media, share down in the comments below how your experience went. Just know that we can do this together, and we're all here just to become better people. And you can become a better person on social media, off social media. It doesn't matter. It's all about you and what you feel is going to make you better overall. But I'm just here to share my experience with y'all. So if you did like this video, go ahead and feel free to leave it a like. Go ahead and comment. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, I'm out. Peace.